This is on Tuesday, and this is finding an equivalent ratio to create a proportion. So we are solving proportion notes. We've already talked about this once before, and we have 3 ways to determine proportionality of ratios and solve proportions. So to compare ratios, we write them in fraction form. A proportion is an equation with ratios on each side of the equal sign. It is a statement that 2 ratios are equal. Find an equivalent ratio to create a proportion. Well, I can multiply this by 2, and I can multiply this by 2, and when I get 8 over 10, that is a similar proportion. If I was given 4/5 and 8/10, I could multiply that and get 40, and multiply that and get 40, and that is how we showed you how to do equivalent proportions before. We also can simplify it. Divide by 3, divide by 3, that is 1/4. And then if I had 3/12 and 1/4, if I multiply that, I get 12. If I multiply that, I get 12, and they are equivalent proportions. In proportions, you're always multiplying or dividing, and never adding or subtracting. So we are going to simplify 3 methods to determine proportionality of ratios. One I can simplify, and I can say that there is a 9 in both of these, so I can divide by 9, and that's 1/4. And I can divide by 4 and divide by 4, and that's 1/4. And they are equal, so they are proportional. I can do covariance, and if I multiply by 2 here, I multiply by 2 here, that means 8/10. That means those are proportional. And then I can do, if I'm missing a variable and I have an x right here, if the numbers are related going up and down, I can use that information also. So if I can realize that 9 times 4 is 36, then if I multiply by 4 here, x equals 20. Cross product. Product means multiply. So the product of numbers on the diagonal of 2 ratios. And here we have some examples. So if we have 4/5 equals x over 25, and I want to do cross products, I'm going to multiply this to get 5x, and I'm going to multiply this, and 4 times 25, and 5x equals 100. Divide by 5, x equals 20. If I have 4/5 equals x over 25, I can notice that this is times 5, and this is times 5, so x equals 20. Another example could be n over 5 equals 42 and 7. And I can realize that this is times 6, and this is times 6, so n is 30. For 5/8 equals x over 40, I'm going to do the cross product. And I'm going to get 8x equals 40 times 5 is 0.20, 200. And then I'm going to divide by 8. So 200 divided by 8 is 2, which is 16, 40, which is 5. So x equals 25. I also can come here and do it a different way and say times 5. This would be times 5, and 5 times 5 is x equals 25. Okay, if I do cross products, 3 times 14 equals 6n. 14 times 3 is 42 equals 6n. Divide by 6, divide by 6, n equals 7. I can also go here and say that's divide by 2. So if I divide this side by 2, then n equals 7. If I do cross products, and you've seen this one right here, but I'm going to do cross products, and I'm going to do 5 times 42 equals 7n. 210, that's what 5 times 42 is 7n. Divide by 7, divide by 7, n equals 30. Whichever method you are good at, you can do. Now, if you do the 2 over 4 equals 10 and an x, and you are seeing that if I divide by 2 and divide by 2, x equals 5, please make sure that you are showing that's how you would work on that one. If you are doing it 2 over 4 equals x over 10, and you are doing cross products, and you do 4x equals 2 times 10, 4x equals 20, divide by 4, divide by 4, x equals 5. That is also shown work. I do not mind which way you do it. Both ways are fine.